This podcast is brought to you by Sci-Fi, the world leader in psychology fitness training. Sci-Fi is scientifically proven to help you optimize your physical, mental, and emotional performance through functional training of your brain, body, and breath. For the first time, have your own clinical psychologist, personal trainer, life coach, breathwork teacher, and mediation instructor all in one. Instead of having to wait months or even years for results, you get them in 75 minutes or less. That's the Sci-Fi difference. Rewire your brain, retrain your body, and refocus your breath. Learn more at psyfi.nyc.
It's been said, you, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit to keep moving forward. That's what Life's Tough, Boxers Are Tougher is all about. I'm your host, Matthew Pomara, and we explore a mountainous challenge that someone in the boxing industry has had to face. In the guest corner, he comes to us with an impressive record of 55 wins with only 13 defeats and 1 draw, with 38 big wins by knockout. He's from the fighting city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Please welcome the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Terrible Tim Witherspoon.
Hey.
What's up, champ?
Hey,
great to
Matt,
have
how
you.
you doing?
Well, I'd also like to add as part of your intro, a good friend of mine and a friend of Long Island Boxing Charities. Great guy, Tim. Thanks so much, buddy, for being on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And again, Terrible Tim is the nickname, but he might be one of the best guys you ever met. So only in the ring. He only means in the ring. So
well, yeah. I want my mom to be proud of me. So I would like. That's nice for you to say that, and I would like to leave good things for my mom to know. Even I'm 64 and she's like 80, and I still don't want to disappoint her.
Well, 64. By the way, ridiculous. You look great. You look like $1 million of real money, my friend.
Well, I was doing the hammer yesterday at my son's gym. I was doing a hammer. I've been exercising, eating properly. Real quick, I stopped eating meat for like 6 years, and I was okay. And so times got a little hard, so I started back eating chicken and stuff. And I had this bad itch. And I was like, wow, mention before I had hemorrhoids and everything. Oh, that's gross. But let me say this real quick. So I start back eating vegetables again, and the itching went away. So I'm thinking there's chemicals in the meat. I had hemorrhoids and everything when I was fighting. I had hemorrhoids and everything, and then I stopped eating meat, and it went away, and itching. But now I started back eating meat like chicken and stuff and fish, and the itching came back. And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop there, and I stopped. The itching went away. It's something in the meat that we eating. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Something in the itching went away. I hated it. I used to run and jog, and the itching bothered me. And now I'm talking about back there. But now I stopped eating meat again. And no itching or anything.
Listen, nobody can argue. You look like $1 million, so it's good to see you, buddy.
I wish I had that.
How's your family? Family's good?
Yeah, everybody's good. Everybody's good. We just me and my daughter here. The rest is all grown. My oldest is 42. Then I have a daughter 32. Then 30. Then my son Tim has a gym up in Bristol, Pennsylvania. He's doing really good with the boxing and stuff. I go help him every now and then.
It's got to be pretty cool to have the 2-time heavyweight champ come in and help you. I'd be pretty impressed with that.
Well, that's my son. He used to fight. Fight, and he hurt his shoulder or leg, and he couldn't continue on fighting. So he has a gym, Witherspoon Boxing and Fitness in Bristol. We train there. We train there and everything. So train boxers and everything.
That's great. One of the things that we talk about with boxing, and I always feel boxing gets a bum rap because boxing does a lot of great things. And one thing for sure, right? We always say that on the show, right? Life's tough, but boxers are tougher. Tell us why you're tougher than life. I know you've gone through some challenges, but you came out and again looking great. So tell us.
Thank you.
Tell us about that, and
okay.
Let's get into that.
Okay. The thing is with me, I had good support. My father did leave at one point, and then my mom. This is why I respect women. My mom raised 8 kids by herself after my father left. Now, both of my mother and my dad. In the beginning, my mother didn't have a job, but then she did got a job. She's an EKG technician. She
Wow.
retired now, but we didn't really in the beginning. I did see some meals not there, but we always did. My mom made sure we had stuff. I didn't have to go get in gangs. I had a brother that was 6'5", 6'4", 6'5". He wouldn't let us do it. Plus, I was too scared to get in gangs. So we played football. One of my mentors, Tommy Wade, lived in the same block. He passed away a couple years ago. He was grooming me and my brothers and the other guys in the neighborhood into being football players. And we would go to church every Sunday when I was little. Every Sunday, then we stayed overnight in the church. So we had good people around us when I was little and started us in the right direction.
So yeah, obviously staying out of gangs in a tough area. Where'd you grow up?
Yeah. Oh, I grew up about 10 minutes from the Italian market where Sylvester Stallone made his movies. And the thing is, I'm two-time heavyweight champion of the world in real life. And my mom used to take us to the Italian market every weekend, buy groceries, and come back home. We used to wave to people just like Sylvester Stallone did in the movie. And and um um it was gangs, it was people getting killed, um, a lot of misinformation that we followed, a lot of things that was negative, that we heard the N word a lot when I was little. Now everything is good in the neighborhood. You have everybody living together in my old neighborhood down the 7th Street. But isn't that something though? Sylvester Stallone made that movie right near the Italian market, and I used to go there every weekend almost, buy groceries with my mom, wave to people, just like he did, and I'm winding up being the two-time heavyweight champion Philly in real life. In real life, I can't believe it. So, so it was pretty good. And a lot of I had a couple of friends that got killed, um, but I never really looked towards the gang because I don't want to disappoint my parent, my mom, or nothing like that. I didn't want to disappoint her, and I was too scared to be in the gang. So we stuck to sports. Me and my guys, we went to church and we played ball, and we were confronted with a lot of racism back then. In the same neighborhood, you got white, you have all different nationalities living together in my old neighborhood. And when I saw that, I had a big smile on my face. I was like, wow, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's a great story. So you had to
Yeah.
overcome, gangs, and then you also had to overcome racism. Talk a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about
Okay.
what you had to deal with.
Okay. Well, a lot of the gang members in my neighborhood, they were in gangs, but if we played sports, they supported us. They supported us. It was kind of funny thing. It was a funny thing. They supported us even though they be out there recruiting people and trying to get them in the gangs, but they left the sportsmen alone for some reason in that neighborhood. So like when I was little, I used to go to a school called Francis Scott Key, was in an Italian neighborhood. I didn't really get that much of the N word or bad stuff then. But then when I moved to the Irish, it was like I had to go. No, when I had to go to school in the Italian neighborhood, I was little, kindergarten, first grade. I didn't really experience a lot of it, but I knew it was around. But when I went to middle school, went to Furnace Junior High. It was in the Irish neighborhood. That's when we started hearing a lot of the words. Um, um, you know, but in between that, when I was in the lower school and when I was younger, when we went to the neighborhood, we heard a lot of the N word. But when we was in the school, I didn't hear too much of it. But when I got older, we still heard a lot of the N words and racism. Even when you're in school, one of your next classmates will call you the N word, or or during the day you get called that at least 2 or 3 times, and when you walk home, um, you would call that. So we went to the Irish neighborhood. That's when I went to the Irish neighborhood, 7th, 8th, and Ninth. That was the Irish neighborhood. But I also was cool with some of the guys when, like the guys that used that word, they still was cool later. They was like talking to you and stuff. You might have gotten a fight, but then they'll be your friend. So I just figured they was confused. When I grow up, I said, man, them guys was really confused when they was using them words. But now I don't hear it at all. Now I don't hear it at all. And that's what I like to hear, and that's what I like to see. I don't really
Absolutely.
hear it, and like a lot of the kids, they don't hear the N word, so we're doing really good now.
That's great. Tell us about how
Yeah.
boxing helped you as in your youth, and how help the skills you learned in the boxing gym helped you overcome some of the struggles.
Okay. Okay, the struggles we had. Well, really, like I said, Tommy Wade used to take us come in from. He worked in NBC in the area where they did printing. He was a printer in NBC, and he would come back. He would come to Philly and make sure he take us to the park and play. Um, um, I knew. See, I was too scared to go out in the street and fight and gang war and everything like that. So that's how we overcame things. But he would come, get us started, take us to the park, teach us how to play football. He brought us football equipment. We would dress in our clothes and we would play rough tackle. We played baseball. We played
What
baseball. I
position did you play?
remember
What position did you play in football?
I was a tight end.
Nice.
I was when I started out, I was a tailback, but then I turned into a tight end. I got a scholarship, a 4 year scholarship, and I went to Lincoln University, Missouri. And I got hurt and
Wow.
came home. Yeah, I was all Philadelphia tight end. I had about 12, 13 touchdowns. I wasn't real fast, but if I tell you to put that ball over there and I make it there, I'm going to catch it. I had good hands. I had good hands. So Tommy Wade was our mentor. He the one that's behind us, like the guy that took us to church and everything. Peter Iskin, one of my Jewish brothers, who's a lawyer now in Cleveland, he also played a part. He used to take me and my brother out to the suburbs on the weekends, and we had a taste of what it felt like being on the week on out on the weekend, not hearing gunshots. A place called Cheltenham, PA. He used to take us out there, and we saw how different it was out there. And and when we would go to his house, his mother would kiss his mother would kiss us, and I wasn't confused. But that was the first time that I saw something like that. When he took us to his mom's house, and his mom is Jewish, she would kiss us when we come in. They would feed us. They would make sure we were okay. They would talk to us, and that's when I realized that not all people that's not black are bad. But I did have friends that were like that too. But she warmed. She was really soft and comfortable. Her name was Vivian, and her husband name was Herman, and Peter was their son. And he picked me and my brother because we were well behaved. My mom, my mom was behind us. We didn't want to disappoint her, so he would take us to his house on the weekends on the suburbs. And that's when I realized that things wasn't. There is nice people all around the world, and stuff like that. So we learned a lot of the Jewish customs, matzo ball soup. We used to eat matzo ball soup and steak. Then we went to Jewish summer camp. We said the prayers, Bara Atah, Adonai, Halamein, Melech Halam, Amochi Lekamiko Horus. Blessed art thou, Lord our God, King of the universe, who bringeth forth bread from the earth. I was in Jewish camp with me and my brother. We went there, and I seen that, and at a young age, that not everybody is racist, and we just got to get a lot of things done in this world. That's all. That's all. That was the
Absolutely.
prayer for open up the food when you eat.
That's great. That's great. Thanks for sharing
Okay.
that. Talk to us.
Okay.
Your professional career. I know you had a couple of challenges you had to overcome. You want to hit on some of those?
Yeah. Um, like I said, they were grooming me for baseball or football. I wound up being a boxer in my career. So in college, I got hurt. And my friend that was with me, he was all state. He was a tackle, Keith Davis. He just passed away. I grew up with him in the same block. We did real good. Then we went home because these guys from Chicago wanted to hurt us because Keith had a beef with some other guy from Chicago and his family was coming, so they got us out of there. And we just made it because we called back and some of the students said, "Man, you just missed it. You just made. They just came," and we went home. So when I went home, I was like, man, I just can't stop doing sports. There's got to be something out there. So I had a job at Pennsylvania Hospital working in the kitchen and everything. And then a boxer by the name of Buster Drayton. Buster Drayton was a junior middleweight. He got knocked out by Julian Jackson, but he's from my neighborhood. And then you had Kenny Reese, who never was a boxer. You had a couple other boxers. They encouraged us to go to a gym. But there was a number writer named Bishop, a number writer. He said, y'all guys, sports guys, we just finished for, I could take you to somebody that, you could be a boxer and you could box. And I was like, okay. So we was waiting for Mr. Bishop to pick us up, me and Keith, my friend, and he never showed up. So we went with Buster Drayton, who went on, if you can remember him, he went on to
Yeah.
become junior middleweight champ. So he took us there, and we started out with the wrong trainer. As an amateur, we went up this guy named Clarence Booker, and he started training us. So a lot of young people, when they walk into these gyms, some of them don't know exactly who to go to. So some of them go to a guy, the wrong guy. Some of them go to a good guy, and that's just the way it is. And I wound up with Clarence Booker, um, and the amateurs. I realized that he wasn't. He wasn't. I'll tell you a real quick story. He wasn't good. So
Please.
when I went to Clarence Booker, he put me in with a 4-time, 5-time Golden Glove guy. How they gonna let me fight a guy that's 4-time Golden Glove guy in Jersey? In Jersey, my first fight. My mouth was bloody. He didn't knock me out, but he roughed me up a little bit. And
Sure.
I was like, wow, this can't keep going on like that. So then I had like 4 more fights. I fought Marvis Frazier, Joe Frazier's son. I lost a decision. It was close. And then I went and got another trainer. Oh, real quick. Okay, Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes heard about me, and he went and sent people to go find me to make me a sparring partner. So they approached my trainer, and my trainer, they told my trainer's gonna pay me 1,000 a week, and my trainer never told me. So I went away to spar with Matthew Saad Muhammad.
Yeah.
But before that, this guy came up to me and said, "How come you didn't take the job with Larry Holmes?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" They said, "Well, Larry Holmes sent some people down here to hire you as a sparring partner. He's gonna pay you 1,000, 1,500." I said, "What?" And they said, "They told your trainer." And I said, "They did?" And that's what made me leave. So I left town and went up and started sparring with Saad Muhammad, who went on to become a great light heavyweight champ.
Yeah. Light
And
heavyweight champ. Yeah.
then I realized that, yes, then I realized that the reason why Clarence Booker stopped me from going up there is because I would have found out that he wasn't as good as trainer as a lot of other trainers. And that's why he tried to keep me away and keep me not knowing because and then I did. I went up there and I seen guys that was way better than him. And then I knew Slim Robinson who really taught me everything. So that's why I left my first trainer because of what he did. And if I would have stayed with him, I would have never made it. I would have never made it. So I made the right move as a young person. And then I went and started training with Slim Robinson, who trained Mike Rossman, the Jewish bomber. Um, and I was in that gym, the old Passion gym, right there where the Italian market is, where Sylvester Stallone made his movie. The gym is right there. So that was the beginning of me starting.
So Tim, when you're talking about being a sparring partner, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you go to Deer Lake and train with Ollie
Yes.
for the home fight?
Yeah. I went. Yeah. When he fought Larry Holmes. Yeah, I was there. Real quick before I went there, I was there sparring with Matthew Saad Muhammad, and Ali showed up. he stopped everything. Everybody we was sparring, and Ali came, and
Yeah,
he
imagine
said
that.
that he wanted me to be as his sparring partner, one of his sparring partners. I said okay. I went home. Then they called me. I went back at Deer Lake.
That's got to be cool. I mean, that's got to be one of the coolest things ever, I would imagine,
Oh,
right?
you want me to say some more stuff? You want me to say so? Wait. Let me say some more. I was an amateur. This was around the time that Clarence Booker refused me. Told me that he didn't that he never told me about the Larry Holmes thing. So it was ideal for me, and that's when I left and went to spar with Saad Muhammad. That was kind of like ideal. So I went up there. I was staying in the cabin, sparred with him. And Ali came up, and everything stopped. He came into the gym, and he was like, "No, keep on working, keep on working." And then we didn't want to keep working. We started talking to him, um, and then I started back sparring. And afterwards, that's when he asked me to be a sparring partner, and I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah." So we went home. Sal Muhammad fought John Conte. I think he stopped him in the 10th or something. And then they called me. And then I went back up to camp to start sparring with Ali. It was a beautiful something that you could never dream of. I'm here. I am years before in high school playing football, and all these steps forward in my future. Now I'm sparring with the greatest of all times. Wow, that was cool. But he didn't name me Terrible Tim though. One of my friends from the neighborhood did that. His name was Talik Eddie Burgess. He came to the gym with me one day. He lived in my block. He came to the gym with me, and then when he seen me perform, he said, "Man, you terrible." And terrible back then was like if a guy hit a home run, they said, "Woo, that boy's terrible." Or if a guy hit a 3-pointer from half court, and the slang was, "Man, that boy's terrible." So when I started sparring and I got finished the sparring, Talik said, "Man, you terrible, Tim." So he gave me the name, and I really didn't like it at first. And he kept calling me Terrible Tim all the time. Terrible Tim, Terrible Tim. And then Ali started calling me that. And so I said, "Man, I'm gonna keep it. And I'm gonna give him a lot of try to get him a lot of publicity, the guy that gave me that name, because everybody be asking me about how did you get the name Terrible. But a friend of mine gave it to me from the neighborhood, and he followed me to the gym and checked and saw me boxing. And that kind of encouraged me when he was saying, "You terrible, Tim. You good." And I was like, okay. Because I wasn't, when I first started boxing, I didn't think about a championship. I just was thinking about just going in, training, just boxing. And then I was like, wait a minute, you can make money. I didn't think about all that. Like some of the amateurs. Like some of the amateurs. Okay, we talked about
Ali.
my friend giving me the name. Ali kept calling me it, and that really convinced me to do it. But I think I was going to keep it anyway. Terrible Tim Witherspoon. He kept, "Terrible Tim, you a terrible dude. You a bad man." Ali kept saying it to me, and my friends kept saying it to me, so I kept the name. But I wanted everybody to know who really gave me the name, because somebody said Ali gave me the name, and they passed that around, and everybody thought he did. So I was talking to Ali, and he was like, he said, "Tim, the justice got to you got to give justice to the person, like who gave you the name." He said, "No, I don't." He said, "Man, go ahead, Tim. Don't worry about that." But he was calling me terrible, terrible. So now I tell you, who really gave me the name. It was a friend I grew up with, Talik Eddie Burgess. Um, okay,
You've been through a lot and you talked about a lot of challenges. Tell us about a professional challenge in your career that you had to overcome.
professional challenge that I had in boxing, right?
Yeah.
Boxing.
Well, it could be anything. It could
Um,
be anything, but yeah,
well,
boxing, I
well,
figured.
you know, let me see the challenge. What a challenge! I knew that I wanted all the hate and all the fighting to stop. I just didn't want people to be killing each other. That was always. in my mind. Why do people got to hate each other? Why it's got to be killing? Why can't we just all live together? That type of thing. That was always in my mind, and always every day. Why does it have to be gangs over here? Why? And there is a reason why a lot of people are living the way they live in. I'm sure me and you don't have that much to do with it, but it's people in power that causes people that don't have power to act the way they are, to act the way they do. There's people that don't eat every day. There's people that just don't have the same opportunities, and that's one of the things that that I'm really willing to push and fight for. So maybe that I can have a voice and say, if I get big enough, I can say and speak on it and help people. So um, I'm scared to, in a way, to stand certain grounds because Jack Newfield gave me the name of the Martin Luther King of boxing, but Martin Luther King got shot. I don't want to go that far, and it's a shame that they did that because I was always putting my 2 cents. And if somebody was getting done wrong in the boxing, I was always go say, man, that's wrong. Don't do that. And I used to fight against Don King, argue with him all the time, and it was in a newspaper. And so Jack Newfield was like, I used to go see him. I used to go to his house and talk to him because he was doing stuff. Um, he was doing a story about Don King, the Only in America thing. He was doing something like that, and I went and told him the truth about what happened to me, my experience. And then over and over, everybody want to know and talk about Don King. Everybody, because I do
Sure.
believe he is the best promoter in terms of not in terms of contracts and money and all that, but in terms of showing, making, putting on that show, wearing his hair like that, speaking, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. He's saying all these big words and he sold the show. But when it came down to the paperwork, it didn't add up,
Yeah,
And I do believe he could have went down as the best promoter in
it's the
history
truth. It's the
if
truth, and
he
I've
come,
heard
yeah,
others.
if he
I've heard
come back
others
and
say
try
that.
to
Yeah,
figure something out because everybody know him as somebody that rip people off, huh? Everybody know him as somebody that ripped boxers off, and I think that um, if he could try to find a way to come back, which I heard he was trying to, I know he probably with his pride won't say, "Well, I think I was wrong." I think that he can get in trouble maybe if he admits stuff, maybe, but he should come back and try to do something like that because a lots of time when I went in the room when it's just me and him, he didn't treat me bad. Or if I was talking to him, because he knew when I fight, I didn't back off of nobody. Don King, Don King, if you didn't fight, he would cuss you out. He would like you got to fight. You better fight and stuff like that. And I think so. He want to make money. He want to build things, and he don't need no guy in there that's gonna get in there and then get knocked out, make him look bad. So I didn't back off on nobody. Even though I thought that the Larry Holmes fight was too soon, and my trainer told me we're going to kick his behind. So my trainer gave me a lot of confidence and taught me a lot of stuff. So that's what gave me a lot of confidence when I was fighting. So that's
hey
about
man,
it.
it's clear you overcame a lot of challenges,
Yeah.
right? Had to overcome gangs, racism, some shady business deals. So and you came out on the other side and you're looking great and things are going good for you, man. So we're real happy for you. We're grateful to get you on the show.
Oh, thank you. So this show only lasts in 30 minutes.
Yeah. So, but we have something before you go. We got to ask. We do something called the Fast Five. We're going to ask you 5 questions, and you give us your just a quick answer on each question. And
Okay.
I'm dying to hear. There's two I'm dying to hear the answer to, but we'll throw it out.
Okay.
All right. So, what's your favorite boxing movie of all time?
My favorite boxing movie. I enjoyed that Jake LaMotta one. That Jake
Oh,
LaMotta
all
one. I
right.
do. I like that Jake LaMotta one. But the reason why I like the Rocky one because I'm actually
Philadelphia.
the one. I'm actually the two-time heavyweight champ from Philly, and I went to the market. I like that movie, but I like Jake LaMotta story. That was beautiful. Um, but in real life, I am that. So I'm gonna watch it
Absolutely.
now
The two-time
because
champ
I
from
am.
Philly. That's good.
Yes, and I was born and raised 5 minutes from there. I was born and raised, and we used to do the same thing he did. The same as, and I ran up the steps. So
Nice.
that's kind of crazy. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm the real two-time heavyweight from Philly, heavyweight champ of the world, and he's the fiction. He's the fiction. I walked the red
Yep.
carpet with him in Vegas with him and Michael Hasselhoff. That was really cool. And I didn't think of that. I was like, I'm the real champ. Let's go get Sylvester, me and him. I was always trying to see how come they couldn't add me into some kind of sequence or in the movie or something like that. Because maybe he didn't
Yeah, they
know.
should have. Yeah, they
I
should
think
have.
he knew though.
They should have given you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
do something.
What's What about All right, Philly cheesesteak or New York pizza? What do you like better and why?
We- New
Philly
York pizza.
cheesesteak or pizza?
No, now listen. I
Ah,
don't eat
good
steak
man.
no
Good
more. I
man.
haven't eaten beef in 40. I haven't eaten beef in 45 years. I haven't eaten beef or pork in like 45 years. Um, maybe close to
All
50.
right.
So I'm gonna take the pizza. But even though that Pat Steaks is right on the corner of the Italian market, I used to get them a long time ago. But I haven't eaten beef in over 40 years. So is
All
the
right.
pizza.
Is
'Cause I'm a part Italian because I love pasta.
good man. Is Everett Bigfoot Martin the hairiest guy you've ever fought in your life? Like
Wait
that
a
guy.
minute,
That guy
is
looked
that
like
the
a
tall
bear.
guy, Everett Bigfoot? He's a brown,
He
dark.
was a
He's a
short
darker.
guy. You fought him on.
Okay, okay. I don't know. I wasn't worried about his hair. I thought he did have hair on the top of his arms and stuff. Yeah. No,
He was a
no.
hair.
I don't know. I can't remember. I took him
All right.
lightly. I took him lightly, and he was a tougher fight than I thought he was. So I took him lightly. I didn't train like I was supposed to because he was just supposed to be in a step aside, and he upsetted another guy too. I can't remember. So
Yeah,
that's
he
how
was.
you
He
learn.
was tough. He was regular. Yeah, he was regular TV. He was regular Tuesday Night Fight. He was on all the time.
Yeah, he
What
was
about
tough.
What is there anybody you want wish you could have fought that you didn't?
Anybody that I wish that I could have fight if I.
I mean, you fought almost everybody,
Oh
but
man,
I got to ask, even if it's a historical figure.
let me see. Not really, because I didn't really care. I didn't really
Well,
care.
you fought. I was going to say you literally fought everybody. Like your resume
Yeah,
is literally you fought a ton of people.
yeah.
Um,
I really
all right,
don't
so
have
what?
somebody. Yeah,
Trying to think. Usually, I figure almost everybody says Ali. They wanted to fight Ali, but you sparred with Ali, so you were in the
I
ring with him.
sparred with Ali. Yeah, I sparred with Ali. I knew, and matter of fact, when I was sparring with him, I knew that he was sick. See, right before the Larry Holmes fight, I was sparring partner, and I went to my every time I would go back to the corner, I would tell my trainer, I said, "Is something wrong with him because he's not throwing hard punches, and he's kind of off balance and stuff." And this led on to we went to Vegas, so we in camp, and Ali was like weak, like he couldn't. I was like, I wonder when he going to really work me over or give me a teaching, and he never did. And then when we got to Vegas, you're gonna like
Yeah,
this, and you're gonna edit this in. Okay, so we training in Deer Lake, and me and my trainers sensing that something wrong, but they can't figure it out. So my trainer's like a detective. He was a detective anyway in real life, and he was figuring stuff out. He said, "Tim, I don't know. He's dehydrated a lot and this and that. He's taking medicine." So when we flew to Vegas, I was young and in the game, and the average person would want to stay there and chase girls and party. I wanted to come home. So we sparring in Vegas. He still didn't get strong. He still didn't get strong. So we sparring in Vegas, boom, boom, boom. So we break, is over. Then I said, you know what? I said, man, I wanna go right home. I don't want to stay around. When the fight is over, I want to get an early flight out. I just wanted to go home. And so I was going over to where Ali's in the Caesar's Palace to try to get reservations for me to go home. So on the way, I was leaving from the dunes to Caesars. So on the way to talk to um was it was Ali's guy that had Bingham. Harold Bingham was a picture taker because he was taking care of the flights. So on the way over, I got on his floor. Ali had the whole 11th or the 12th floor. I came out the elevator. I started hearing noise, like arguments. So I started walking down towards Harold Bingham's room, and I was getting closer. They was making loud noise. So when I walked there, I seen Angelo Dundee, my trainer, Boudini, about 6, 7 of the guys. I saw Ali sitting on the bed, and they was arguing about not letting him fight. I was like, whoa, Ali might not fight. So I stayed there a little bit, and I was outside. I didn't tell too many people this, but I did it on interviews. And I stayed there, and I heard them saying, well, he's dehydrated, and all these different things about he's weak and all that. I said, whoa, Ali might not fight. So I'm standing there. I said, oh God, I can't believe it. So then I walked down the hall to go to Howard Bingham's room to get so they can get my tickets. So I knock on the door. They were frustrated, man. Everybody was frustrated. His wife was like kind of angry. And I said, look, I'm just trying to get my ticket so I can go home. Can you get Howard to wake up? She said he's tired. He's asleep. So Howard heard us arguing. So he came in and said, Tim, I'll get it. I'll try to get it. So it didn't seem like he was going to try. So he just said it just to get me away. So they closed the door and I start walking down. I was going to go to Abdul Rahman, who's the security. But on the way back, they were still arguing. And I was like, whoa, Ali might not fight. You know, they was arguing. Boudini and a couple of them, man, he's all right. He could do that. And Slim, I think Angelo Dundee was like, no, we had to call the fight off. This big fight. So then I listened to some more. They was going back and forth, and then I left. I went, and then I went over to the hotel, and I was telling everybody the fight might not go off. I said Ali is sick, and they trying to stop him from fighting. And I said, whoa, that was something serious. I heard it straight off. I heard them saying that he he was trying to get him not to fight. So he went on and fought, and you could tell that he wasn't going to after the first round. You knew something was wrong because he couldn't do nothing. So um, that's a serious thing, and nobody I experienced what was going on. I experienced that, and he went on and fought. And after the first round, you knew he wasn't going to win. That's how weak he was. So they robbed Larry Holmes from some type of legacy where he could have really legitimately beat Muhammad Ali, but he won. But Ali was sick. Yep. And I was saying, yo, everybody. I was like, yo, man, Ali might not fight. They over there arguing. They're fighting in his room. I seen them all sitting there arguing, and then he fought. He fought, and you could tell. You could tell that he wasn't going to win
Yeah,
that fight.
it
So
was off.
that was a great experience for me. To something tell me I just wanted to go over there and get my ticket to go home, and I experienced reality that Ali should have never
Let's see
fought Larry
history.
Holmes. Yeah,
Yeah, you got to see
yup.
history.
He
All right,
was sitting on the
last one.
bed. He was sitting on the bed, and they was all standing around him arguing, like, "Oh, he's all right. He was all that," and it got heated too. It got heated, and I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." Yep.
Wow. All right, last question.
Okay.
Tell me your favorite clean joke.
I never was a fan of like joking. What kind of joke can I tell? I can't. I, I don't have no jokes.
All right. All right. We'll let you off the
Uh,
hook. We're going to let you off the hook again. Hey,
okay.
you got one?
Listen, next time, this. No, if you anytime you want me to
I'm
go
going
to
to
one
hold you to that.
again,
We're going to,
because I do have an experience over in England. I got experience, other different experiences. Maybe people might want to hear a little bit of that also. Okay, like me going over England, doing
yeah.
stuff, going to Ireland, and
Well, here's the thing.
coming back home, and all different types of
You're a
things,
two-time champ.
unions and all that.
Listen, you're a two-time champ. You could be a two-time guest. No questions asked. Love to have you again.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay,
Eh,
so are
all
we
right.
finished?
Where can everybody find you on social media? Yeah. Where can people find you on social
Um,
media?
I have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. I was trying to build a YouTube channel. I got two Facebook um, accounts. I just be on them sometimes. You can find me Tim Witherspoon. Um, just Tim Witherspoon and Timothy Witherspoon. I'm on Instagram. Yeah, you can find me on there. But we trying to build a YouTube channel up and just try to help people, help boxing out, and give a lot of information out. That's all, and skills. And skills. We doing a lot of skills on our channel.
That's
How to
great.
properly throw left hooks,
Well, I can't.
how did I throw my overhand right, stuff like that.
Well, listen, I can't thank you enough for coming on. You're a true
Okay.
gentleman. I told you, you look like $1,000,000. You found the fountain of youth or something, and
Wow.
it's great to see you again, pal.
I got you by
Hey,
like
listen,
what, 20 years. I got you by like what, 15 years.
15. Yeah. So you look
Because
good.
you
You look
don't
better
look
than I
that
do.
old. You don't look old. It's just this here.
We'll do next time you're in town,
Okay.
pasta dinner. You and me. We're gonna hook it up.
Okay.
We're gonna do it right. I'm gonna have you come up for the next Long Island Boxing Charities event. Again, I
Okay.
can't
I
thank you enough.
appreciate
You're
it.
a
I
true
was there
gentleman, great
before.
man.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
buddy.
much.
All
Thank you for
right, we'll
having me,
see you
Matt.
soon.
Okay. Okay. See you. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. That's going to be the final bell for today's podcast. If you like what you hear, give us a like and hit the subscribe button with your best power punch. You can check us out at Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and anywhere you can find quality podcasts. We hope our stories inspire you to fight on. We thank you for listening, and remember, life's tough, boxers are tougher. Have a great week, everyone.